Okay, so I think I am on to how I can build a decent walker. It's going to be a challenge, but it's... I might even make it steer, I don't know. But this is my prototype. Just trying to figure out how I can get this to possibly work. I'm going to remake it in montage format and try to improve on what I learned. This actually works. Ah, I made a walker. I did it. I'm actually surprised I made one so easily. I mean, walkers just, they seemed to be such a difficult thing to make when I was just looking at them and watching other people make them. I watched a couple other people, not very many. This is entirely my own design. The only other walker I've seen someone make was like a spider walker, and that thing looked really complex. But it was supposed to be able to like traverse up hills easier or something. I don't really know. Look at that. I'm even turning. And if I let go, I just go forward. I might have a bit of a tilt to one side, but this honestly isn't that bad. Now, the downside is that there's no speed to this at all. My hover car, significantly better speed, even if it doesn't have very good control. Heck, even my box car is a slightly better mode of transportation than this thing. I really need to just get rid of that box car. That was a stupidly built one. I can build a much better box car. I've done it before. I just deleted the world that I did it in. But look at that. It's so cool. There's a little bit of a issue with the whole jostling side to side thing, but I think it actually worked out very, very well. Now, I have it by default into this stepping position. It doesn't seem very reasonable to have it in a standing position to start with. It just seems to be a little bit harder to actually get it back into a default straight 90-degree position by default than it is to get it back into this position. Because by default it'd be like this. And that would mean you'd have to actually make some extra effort to make it so that these limbs end up straight and you don't end up stepping backwards at all when doing so, or something. Because if you have it step backwards and you have this in the loop animation, you're going to end up undoing a step every single time you're trying to go forward. Whereas if I have it in the default taking a step forward position, it's not going to be trying to undo anything ever. No matter where I turn it on or off at. Oop! That is probably not what we want to see this thing doing. Hopefully it doesn't do that every time. Okay, good. Spring into the air. So yeah, the way I figured this thing out is I actually was walking very slowly myself to see how my own legs function. And more or less, my legs function pretty much exactly as this thing does. I don't have 4 legs, I have 2. Don't think you're listening to the only centaur on the planet. Yeah, I figured using human legs as a base would probably be the best idea for this because it just seemed easier to do. And now there's a cat in my lap. Hello, kitty. Silly Clee. Yes, my cat's name is Cleo. As in Cleopatra, because she is so regal. As she thinks she is. So, yeah. This is my second walker. My first walker is not nearly as impressive. It's more or less the same, but you can kind of see where the trying to get back into a default position doesn't work. See, I actually went backwards there. I'm going backwards. That is not what you want your walker to be doing. You want to be going forwards. So yeah, this one was a bust, which is why I just decided to rebuild from scratch, see where we end up at. And a little bit of prettying up, and this thing would be a pretty useful thing. I could even attach a trailer to the back of this thing. You know, just like put a couple blocks here, and getting up is a bit of an issue. Put that there and just trailer on the back. Doesn't even need to have any legs. It can be a wheel trailer. But we're not doing that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Kind of a short one. I made it to the point. Got this all taken care of. I could probably give this a tighter turning circle if I gave it a steering mechanism in the back, or maybe even added more legs, like a second pair of legs just behind the rear pair. Make those steerable as well. Yeah, overall this was pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see the commands are the same, just reversed for both of these. Default positions are as that shows. I'll just pause here for a moment so you can actually take a look at it, get the numbers all copied down. You can have this, or you can take this out. The main reason I have this is because I was lazy and didn't want to move all these over one spot. But it does seem to kind of give you a bit of a grace period for turning the walker off while in the default position. Pretty much everything over here is set for making the walker move forward a bit and then settling in the default position. You could probably expand the commands one more cycle of leg movements outward. I don't really see a good reason to do that. So there you go. Very simple walker. You just have to turn on the cycle thing and you're set. Copy this design if you want. Improve it if you can. I'm sure many people can improve this design to something even better. I made it a little bit wide to help keep it from flipping over as easily. Probably would want to make it even wider still, if we're going to be honest about the possibilities of this flipping over. But hey, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give it a like if you liked it. Share this video if you find other people would be interested in seeing it yourself. And take care. Ta-ta for now and goodbye.